Yeah, painting 101 with Sandeep Mukherjee at Pomona. So that's another aspect of the CMS experience, right? Like I was taking a painting class with guys that I was going to compete with that night. So like we literally wouldn't make eye contact in class because like we didn't like each other. We had to compete with each other. But that teacher, that professor, Sandeep Mukherjee, something about him, you step in that class, I think it's an hour and a half long, maybe even longer, 2 hours. And he's just preaching life lessons the entire time while you paint. And his background is he's a painter, he's an artist, but just his outlook on life, I think was really refreshing. And I think he brought an essence of like it's not as important as you feel like it is. And that was to your paintings, that was to your classes, like whatever you were really, really freaking out about in the time or stressing out about, he was like, it's gonna be all right, right? And I think that was the reason I love that class so much because one, I like art, I like to paint, I like to be creative. But every day I look forward to going to that class because I knew I was going to gain a perspective that was going to help me in basketball. It was going to help me in my other classes. It was going to help me in a different way. And so I think that speaks to the importance of a professor. It speaks to the importance of a teacher or a coach. You can have a really impactful relationship with the people you worked with, and that's what that class was for me. Um, but yeah, my academic choice or route at Claremont was an interesting one. Love psychology, so that was something I knew I wanted to do. Really love studio art, and then there's also a scholar program that's about economics and finance, and I applied for that as a studio art major and a psychology major, and I got accepted into that program. And so I had to take a bunch of economics and finance and accounting. So the value, I guess, of the liberal arts education system is you get exposed to a lot. And I think having all those experiences in the classroom, one, it helped me stay fresh because my mind's being challenged in different ways. One, psychology, that's a lot of memorization of some textbooks. Then you have your economics, finance, you're having to solve things mathematically. And then you have art where you're just exploring. And then I'd go to basketball practice and just hoop.